Hey docs, we've done a ton of marketing tips over the years, but this is by far our best one to date when it comes to you booking your own events and using your patients and your current commodity of people coming into your practice to help you get into more marketing venues. I'm sitting with my dad in the middle of Illinois. You're gonna love this strategy for getting more events booked internally through your patients. Check out this video, you're gonna learn a ton. Hey docs, I'm sitting here with my dad and this is your marketing tip today. We're going to talk about a concept he shared with me years ago and has helped me grow my practice for over a decade on some very simple ideas that are huge. He's a business guru. He's had hundreds of employees at one time as a manager for a financial institution. So, 300-400 employees at one time can be a lot. Teaching techniques for growth for all these different people was a major part of his job responsibility. And one of the concepts I've always loved, it was something you call the Dutch uncle. So the Dutch uncle is one of those ideas that basically you can grow your practice very easily, and yet a lot of chiropractors are missing some of these concepts in our profession. So explain what the Dutch uncle is.
Well, a lot of people talk about building their businesses. They'd like to find an easy way. Everybody's looking for an easier way to do it than going out and banging down doors and things like that. And a lot of times when we look for referrals and look for people to bring people into our practice, we try different techniques. The one that I found that works fairly well is when you come to somebody who's been very good to you, very good to your practice, who becomes an advocate of yours, and you present the idea that you would like to be able to expand your practice. A lot of people don't realize that you would like to grow. A lot of people feel that, well, you must have all the business you need because you got a sign hanging out there. And you let them know, first of all, that you are in the business of accepting a referral. And second of all, you can come to some of the more influential folks that you have and say, I'm thinking about expanding my relationship with State Farm Insurance, to name just an example. And I'd like to get more employees there. How do you think I should go about that? What would you do if you were me to try to expand that? And that's what a Dutch uncle does. As opposed to saying, I could use some referrals, can you give me more people that I could talk to? Say, how would you go about this? How would you be able to help me get more business based on this segment that I'm looking for? And that's what I call the Dutch uncle. It's at a point where your old Dutch uncle comes over, puts his arm around you and says, come here, boy, let me show you how this works, and tells you a story of something here or there and kind of guides you along. And that's what you look for. You look for the advocates that you can build by asking for some help. And people will help you. They're not going to maybe respond when you say, I need you to give me a referral, but they will respond to you and say, I'd like for you to help me grow my business. Everybody likes to help people do better.
And I'm biting my tongue because this is huge. So yeah, I mean the idea of, number one, hey, we're accepting referrals, and a lot of patients will come in, and we see hundreds of patients in a week to where they think, well, you're always busy, and that is true. However, the concept that, hey, you're accepting referrals is something new, and kind of what my dad is saying is you put yourself in their shoes and say, hey, I'm accepting referrals. If I were to go about that, what would I do? And you make them, basically you empower them to show you the way, to enlighten you, to teach you, to create a path for you. So you're not just saying like, hey, show me some names of people and send them in here. All that work is on them. You're including yourself in the dialogue and saying, I'd like to go there and do more. It's fall, we're not queuing the leaves, by the way. We're sitting in the middle of Illinois. We got horse sounds going on. It's like, but the concept really becomes, how could you show me how to do this? And inevitably, what I've seen this in action in my practice year after year, we've taught this to our corporate skeleton key docs, is that people will go above and beyond and over deliver on anything you could ever expect.
Exactly.
I mean, that's ultimately it, is that the fact you even open up and say, hey, I need a little help, what do they wind up giving you?
They wind up giving you more help than you can possibly imagine. They take ownership of your success to a point. They want to make sure that they're doing the best job they can for you because they like you.
Right. And the idea of the Dutch uncle saying, hey, let me show you the way, that's really what you create, but it's almost like a figure that they become a mentor in a way to show you a concept, and they love that. They love to share, to give. So you're asking for a little help, They've always given me a ton of help, and some of the easy ways into companies, some of the easy ways to grow your practice is really come in my office on just this concept. We've then shared that with other corporate skeleton key docs, and now we're sharing it with you. So this is a valuable marketing tip. It's called the Dutch Uncle. Don't confuse it with the Dutch oven. That's not what it is. But the idea is you want to advocate with your patients to get you some greater growth, not slow growth, fast growth. And if you have any more questions on this, you can always email me or call me on this idea, because it's huge. We want to keep you tuned into these marketing tips because it's great for your practice and it's great for chiropractic. Keep charging, docs. If you want to hear more from my dad, he will be in Phoenix, Arizona, the Marketing Bonanza, December 9th and 10th. He's been a fountain of knowledge for growth concepts for me because of his financial experience and also working with hundreds of employees at one time. He can keep a lot of things going, and for me, these are concepts we need to get out and into chiropractic. You'll see him in Phoenix. You'll definitely see me before then. Keep rocking.
Bye-bye.
So there you have it, spoken from a master on how to get more marketing events, to give credit where credit's due. That's from my dad. He's had a major influence on my practice and been a huge reason why we've had a major success from day one. The only year we didn't collect $1 million in practice was my first year in practice. That's because of all the life lessons I learned from my dad, who's been super successful, and what he's done, I've applied it to my practice. My dad's been to our DCS clubhouse meetings, some loud, rowdy, and raunchy meetings. He's been to the CLA Summit, and at the prompting of some of my friends who've sat and had a chance to talk with him as well, we've decided to bring him out to Phoenix as one of our featured speakers. He's never spoken to a chiropractic audience, but let me tell you, that guy is a genius when it comes to understanding our business and growth mentality for chiropractors. So you know what? I'm going to put him on stage at our Phoenix Marketing Bonanza. He's going to be a special guest and also a great resource to ask questions in the hallways. He's had a huge influence on everything I've done for growth strategies. I'm going to put him up on stage. Your chance. Be there in December. Come meet my dad, Bob Glowacki. And in the meantime, utilize that growth strategy. Come to Phoenix with your testimonials. We'd love to hear how great it's been for you. And we'd love to see you in Phoenix. Take care. Keep charging, docs. We'll see you at the top.